Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for more Magicka Wizard Wars. And this is actually not a live commentary. This is something I actually wanted to do. Since, well, I did play the game and commented it live, but I noticed that I wasn't actually talking that much because I was concentrated, trying to cast spells and not die. So yeah, but I thought that this is necessary to actually talk about the game, because if you actually have no idea what Magicka is and Wizard Wars and don't understand what is happening, it might look boring, which is not. It is actually quite fun. It is actually quite fun, but you have to understand a couple of things. So, well, we'll start with the basics. The game mode, they claim to be a MOBA, but it is not exactly one. It's actually more of a capture spawn points. You have to capture all the try to capture all the control points, so your enemy does not spawn, or simply kill them enough times so they're not able to respawn since they lost all their tickets, which you can see actually on top of the minimap. But yeah, that's actually basic. You also have some creeps that are running around. They actually can't hurt you, but they're quite slow. They're easy to deal with. But if you don't notice them on time, they can actually kill you quite easily. But yeah, so now that's the basic is gone. The game is actually a Magicka game. If you haven't played Magicka, do yourself a favor. Go find 3 other friends and play Magicka. It's quite an awesome game. You will have a lot of fun, but it's especially fun with friends because, well, the distraction that can happen in that game, especially because there is friendly fire and you will kill your friends in so many ways, but it will be always fun. I promise you that. But yeah, that's one of the basics of Magicka. You can actually kill your allies easily, and this game is no exception. If you're not careful, you can actually kill your allies with a beam, with a magic, something like that. But yeah, so about the game. The game basically consists that you're a wizard and you can combine different spells, different elements, I'm sorry. Which means you can actually use water, healing, shield, cold, electricity, death, earth or fire. All those elements, you can see them in the bottom. So it means you can actually cast any of those elements in a spell. So you can throw, a huge fire wave in front of you, which is basically using fire. But if you want to throw a fireball, you can combine earth with fire, which basically throws a huge rock made of fire, which is the basic of the game. You basically have to find all the combinations you find fun. Like, look at that, I was using a death beam, which was full, but the other guy was using a death and fire beam, which is actually, well, makes the fire damage, but it's on a beam and stuff like that. That's the basic of the game, trying to combine the elements and try to find what your enemy is weak against. Because, for example, if you're using too much electricity, he might use on himself a shield against electricity, which makes him, well, stay alive easier. So yeah, it's actually quite fun, and you can actually combine different elements to make a new one. Like if you combine water and fire, you actually throw steam, which does damage and actually wets your enemies. And that's something you have to be very careful. There are different status that you can get. If you get on fire, you actually take damage. If you're cold, you will move slower. If you are wet, you will not be able to cast electricity because you will hurt yourself. Stuff like that. So it might look simple when you see it. You see people just throwing beams and electricity around, but it's actually, there's a subtlety there which makes it, I don't know, quite fun and engaging, and complex. But at the same time, it's not complex like it's gonna be the best game to be, how to say it, completely serious that this is gonna be a tournament game. I know it will happen. People always do that. They make tournaments of everything. I'm sorry, I love Smash Brothers, but it's not a tournament game. It's a party game, and I love it. But I digress. The game is actually casual, so that you will join there, you will have fun, and then you will leave, and it will be quite fun like that. But yeah, Something I was about to miss. Look at that. You can actually cast Magickas in this game also, but you have to choose them before the match. You can choose from different categories, so you can only have four different Magickas, and each one is from a different category. You can see them on the bottom next to the spells, to the elements. I mean, sorry. And well, you have to choose them before, and you can unlock more by getting crystals, and those crystals you get them actually by winning games, or I'm not sure if winning, but at least playing it. But yeah, that's the basic. Like this guy, this hail that is falling from the sky, it's actually one of the Magickas, one of the more powerful ones. But as I say, in this game, you have to be very careful, because if there were friendlies there, they will die too. Everyone dies. It's yeah, but that's the basic of the game. It's quite fun, complex, and at the same time, it's a casual game. It's a weird combination, but it can be quite fun. It can be quite good. I tell you, I promise you. This guy, well, he has played way more than me. If you can notice, this is actually my fourth game. And you can see him. He likes to use ice, so he gets me wet and tries to make me cold, which will actually freeze me, and I will die easier like that. But yeah, I do recommend the game. I do recommend that you go ahead and find the game. Right now it's in closed alpha, but it's gonna go to open beta very soon. But if you want to play the alpha, you actually have to register in the game on the web page. It's actually free, so you will not have to be. I'm sorry. You will not have to worry about paying about the game. You can buy your entrance into the alpha from Steam, but it's not necessary. The game is gonna be free to play, and well, the game, how they're gonna get money from the game actually is by balancing that you get more fire, getting ropes and staff and stuff like that, which means that you will change how much damage you do in one element, but will also weaken you in another element. So that's how they plan on balancing it. But the basics of every wizard is the same. Everyone can combine the same elements and do the same spells. It's just gonna be if you're as effective. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Just really do yourself a favor. It's free to play. You will not lose anything. You will not lose money. Just give it a try. Do a couple of games, a couple of matches, trying to find a balance of how to play, and well, just play it. You will find a really good game. I recommend it. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that, and see you guys next time.